one. Yeah. Cha 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 cha. Igbo pues one. Yeah. Koko nyamili nyamili. Koko nyamili nyamili. Koko nyamili nyamili. Koko nyamili nyamili. Ibole ibole. Igbo bono ndama mihe. Ibole ibole. Igbo bono ndama mihe. Ebulanyelu, anamabara na ihe dị njọ ma na-emezi konye ofeke. Anamabara nụ n'ihe dị njọ ma na-emezi konye ofeke. Igbo bụ n'ndike, ụmụ Igbo bụ n'ndike. Nundike koko nyamini nyamini. Koko nyamini nyamini. Koko nyamini nyamini. Koko nyamini nyamini. Hey, cha 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 cha. Igbo kwazon. Yeah. Yeah. Ihe ji mara ndị ihe bụ ọrụ aka ha. Ihe ji mara ndị ihe bụ ihe aka ha. Ihe ji mara ndị ihe bụ ọrụ aka ha. Ndị anyị nwere omenala dowe na-asụ, were omenala ndị ọzọ bulie elu. Ndị anyị nwere omenala Igbo dowe na-azụ, were omenala ndị ọzọ bulie elu. Ihe anyị na-eme Chineke na ọ dịrọzi mma. Ihe anyị na-eme Chineke ọ dịrọ mma. Ihe anyị na-eme Chineke na ọ dịrọzi mma. Hey, ụmụ Igbo. Anya si na Chineke anwụlugo nuo, ewere Chineke dobe n'akwụkwọ, a na-agọzi akwụkwọ. Anyị si na Chineke na anwụlugo nuo, ewere Chineke.
No. I hope everybody is well today. I am excited to be walking amongst the living, and I hope you are as well. I think perhaps I have a little bit too much light on my face. I'm just going to move myself a little bit around and see if I get a better focus than what I have. I hope all of you are well. I am so excited, and like I said earlier, to be here today. We're going to have a wonderful, wonderful show. The Dibias are here today, and we're going to talk about prosperity. Prosperity mindset. And not only that, I'm going to, like I promised last week, I'm going to share a video about what we have done. And thanks to some of you, members of Chiism, for your support. We have a wonderful, wonderful outcome for a young man in Nigeria. So welcome. Before we get started, let me bring in Dibias Ochoaja. You did Imare?
No, okay, Dibias Kawo, looking scrumptious, beautiful, gorgeous. Oh my God, what can I say? Love you, and just glad to have you, in my life, man. You're too much.
I try to keep up with you, my man. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man, no, it's the other way around. I'm trying to keep up with you.
Oh my goodness. I am going to bring in Dibias. Good
Hi,
morning.
how are you?
Dr.
Good morning.
Simone. How are
How
you?
Good morning.
you?
Very good.
All
Very
right,
good.
you look great.
Oh,
Beautiful
thank
this
you.
morning.
You
Today.
guys, you do too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that'll
Your
work.
Excellency
For
and
joining us.
Uncle Beauty.
Oh, Uncle.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
They want to Ukunna Charles. Oh, Ukunna is no longer Charles. My man is Ugochukwu. Ukunna Ugochukwu. Welcome. Akachi, welcome. We're gonna have a wonderful program today. Today we're talking about something that is so important that all of us need to know. If you don't have a prosperity mindset, you need to develop it, and you need to develop it now. It is one of the reasons why some people do better than other people. Believe it or not, it's not just all about the money that you have. It has a lot to do with some of what you do, what you put out. Do you know that you are rich? You're as rich as anybody out there in the whole world if you have a prosperity mindset. Are you aware that everything you need to unlock unlimited, inexhaustible wealth, you've got it if you have a prosperity mindset? You know that gold, silver, and piles of warm, loving money is yours at this moment. I bet some of you don't even know it. Now, if you answered no to any of these questions, my brothers and sisters, you have not developed the prosperity consciousness. It requires you, what it requires you to do is do certain things. Release anger, hurt, disappointment of yesterday to embrace the goodness in your life today.
Yes.
Without fear of the uncertainties of tomorrow. Without paying attention to the nonsense, if I use that expression, that people throw in your way. When they see you trying to when they see you with that prosperity mindset, jealousy sets in. They want to take your idea. They want to do it themselves. They want to leave you out of it. But if you have a prosperity mindset, it doesn't matter. It is freedom. It is peace. It's good health, simplicity, and most importantly, love of self, love of community, love of nation. Prosperity is knowing who you are, loving it, and doing what you love to do. Be about it. Speak to yourself. Know what you are and where you're going. When you think prosperity and act accordingly, you will contract bountiful wealth.
Yes.
And in the process, there are some other things you must be aware of. It is supremely important to love prosperity because prosperity comes with a special energy. Energy, divine love. When ChinEke is blessing you, it's not because ChinEke just picked you and said, okay, here, let me bless this person. No, it is your mindset. You're drawing that. You know, it's like, here I am. I'm ready. And it comes your way. But you have to be prepared. You have to put it out there. I'm ready You know, it's just important to put as much love into your efforts to prosper as you possibly can. Don't think small. You know, my son now, all the time, if I ever say anything, he just jumps at me. He said, Mom, you can't think in those terms. Think about, if you don't have it, what do you have to do to get it?
Yes.
You know, it's not about I don't have. You may not have. That's okay that you don't have. Not everybody has everything. But you don't sit there and fold your hands and say, well, I don't have, so be it. No. What do I have to do? For every problem, there is a resolution. What is your resolution? See, when you do, when you become, when you start thinking prosperity, you cause the prosperity to be energized in the highest and most positive way. And divine love is critical. Like I said earlier, divine love for yourself and others, that is so important. You come from spiritual integrity and motivation. Love makes your prosperity real and lasting. Before we go into all the special discussion about love, I want to share this video with you. I think it's so important that you see this video. Okay, it's so important that you see this video because this video is about what love is about. Let me ask you a question. Do you know the richest people, with the people with the highest level of prosperity mindset? The homeless. Have you ever seen the homeless? Ask a homeless person for money. He'll give you before somebody who has money will give you. For spiritual purposes, for upliftment, I watch these videos and see, and these are real, where somebody will pretend that they're poor and they're asking for money, and the so-called wealthy people walk right past. No, I don't care what the circumstances is. But then you find that poor person that will say, I just have a little bit here. And then you ask him, well, why are you giving me your money? He says, well, because God bless me with it. I'm sure if I give it to you, it will come back to me. Or you needed it. You probably needed it more than I do. That poor mindset, that prosperity mindset draws prosperity to you. So what happens to them when they give of little they have? The person they give to said, you know what? I'm not really poor. I just wanted the first person that will bless me. And they give them thousands of dollars. When you have a prosperity mindset, it comes to you. When you don't, you struggle. You struggle because you're not putting anything out there in the universe. You're not giving anything. You want it to come to you. Unfortunately, some of us just expect, if I pray, it will come. Nah. Sometimes you have to do something to get that wealth, for it to come to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video. Last week I told you, and it's a little bit lengthy. It's about 10 minutes. So you have to be patient. If you don't have any coffee, go get your coffee now. But you have to watch this video because we're going to feed off this video. We're going to feed off of it. It's a good, feel good kind of thing. And all of us had something to do with it.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Somebody is hacked into our program.
Oh, really?
Look at the comments.
Okay.
You're going to see 69 girls that XYZ.
Okay, I will remove them. I'll block
3 girls in the city. So somebody's putting porn.
I blocked them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, somebody has nothing else to do, and they, for some reason, they think that we want to see.
Or they came in on the show and put that on there. Not necessarily hack, but they're watching the show live, and then they feel that that's what they have to do, and they're coming in from YouTube.
I see. Okay, well, I have blocked them, and I hope they find another home.
Yeah.
For their
I wonder
level.
if we could just remove that from that comment, if it's possible, to just get rid of those comments, those 3 or 4 comments. That's not good. I hate that.
Try refreshing the page. If I refresh the page, I may just remove.
All right, well, continue.
Yeah, we will remove it ultimately, whatever that stuff is. I just want to make this clear. If you should click on that 69 girls, we did not put that there. Okay, this is a disclaimer. It has nothing to do with us. Whoever put that in there, we have blocked them, and ultimately we are going to we'll put them in timeout. All right. Okay. So you can't see them anymore, I hope, right?
Good. Yeah.
They're gone. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Somebody will come up with something that's silly. But nonetheless, let us I'm going to play this very important video, and I think that while I'm loading it, let's see. It is one of those videos that just makes your heart sing. It just makes your heart sing, because it has a lot to do with, with us being loving, with us caring about our fellow human beings.
Good morning, good mother. Good morning, Omsi. Good morning to all good people that are donating to these children here in Maiduguri. I am Zainab Ahmed, the National Director of Nigeria, and I'm here with one of my beneficiaries, Ahmed Abdullahi. Ahmed Abdullahi is 6 years old. He's one of our beneficiaries here in Maiduguri, Borno State, and he's the first person to benefit from this feeding and schooling program. I'm here with Ahmed to discuss about our journey. On the first day, we went to the hospital. I took him because he has ear infection. So Omsi took Ahmed to hospital. The doctors checked, did an physical examination on Ahmed Abdullahi, and they have seen what is the problem. Ahmed, he wrote medicine. We went to the medicine store, the pharmacy, to buy the drugs, and from there we went to market to buy clothing, shoes, toothpaste, soaps, at least to promote his personal hygiene, because he stay in the IDP camp. IDP camp is congested. There are lots of diseases there. There are cholera, there are measles, all kind of diseases there. So at least Ahmed now is safe because he has all it takes to promote his personal hygiene. I want to share a story with you. This Ahmed you are seeing, there's a school close to Ahmed's house, and it's just a few kilometers from the school to Ahmed's house. So every morning, Ahmed will go to that school. He will stay at the gate. He will wait for the children in the school to close. Ahmed will follow them home. The mother will always follow Ahmed to the school and say, Ahmed, you are not in school. Why are you there? He said he wants to join school, but nobody to pay his school fees because he's an orphan and he's a refugee. Marte. So the mother would take Ahmed home. So the mother was narrating to me. Ahmed told her that, Mom, I'm going to get back to school, and I will study medicine, and I will buy a car for you. I will take you to Saudi Arabia. She said Ahmed had been telling her all sort of stories like this. Ahmed, kashe in ka gama makaranta, za ka saya mamanka mota ba? Ka kalle ke ba? Za ka saya mata mota ba? Aha, kuma za ka saya mata me? Kalle ke ba? You say you wife. Thank you. As you can see, this boy is sick. As you can see, he has ear problem. You can see he has lots of pulse in his ear. Maybe we'll arrange how we'll take care of it. Thank you. This is Ahmed Abdullah, the 6 years old child that has ear problem. We came to the house now. We will be going to hospital now. This is Ahmed Abdullah, and this is his mother. Me zaki fada ba Hausa ba Kanuri. I asked her what does she have to say to Omsi. She said it's like she couldn't speak Hausa, she couldn't speak Kanuri either. But I know you can see in her face she's happy that we are taking Ahmed to hospital, and this is where Ahmed is staying with his mother. Shikana, you know. Shikana. Kani.
Kange sondina.
Kange mbewe chile do kange. Haka sama shi ba. Na Hausa babu sai shi wa kan am bilares sama shi wa Hausa babu Hausa babu sai Hausa sai Fulani.
Problem din ba kunnen shi ba. Mura yawan mura ne ya kawo wannan. Amma kunnen lafiya. Cikin kunnen ba? Lafiya. Yawan mura shi ne ya kawo wannan.
Shi ko shi kumbura wannan
You go to Sudan. Yeah, guys here, videos here.
I hope you can hear me.
It's in our minds. And that's the thing. Thank you, Dibias. It's in our minds.
Because it's showing that we believe what ChinEke is saying, that I have given you everything that is in this earth realm. Everything is yours. And so we must open our hands so that we can receive more. And there's unlimited abundance out there for us, but we must express that faith. If we are going through some things that we are financially strapped, or we are spiritually strapped, you know, or something we appear to be, it's illusion that that we don't have what we need, or we need some different things monetarily or things like that.
Yes.
The best thing that we can do is give, because we pray and then we give. We pray that ChinEke provides, the ancestors provide, and then we give. And then that giving is showing that we believe that ChinEke and the ancestors will give back, and they will. And so we must get into that cycle, and we'll notice that we'll gain more prosperity than we can ever imagine.
That's right. Thank you so much. No, it is important for us to know. And I'm just going to keep saying this. If you are a Chiis, listen out. I don't care what people told you about us and our spirituality, and that we have to throw it out and with the dirty bathwater and incorporate something new. This is what we're about: loving people. Yes. And I said it before. In our culture in Nkporo, there's no poverty. There didn't used to be, until now. Everybody's waiting to die to go to heaven. Before, the heaven was right here on earth, and we used to tie food on a fence. The poor people will go and get some food to eat. That is Omenala. That's Omenala. Love people. Your supply comes from the source, ChinEke, yes. But it is people through whom it manifests. It is people through whom it manifests. You don't know from where your blessings will come.
Yes.
You don't know. You don't know. If you give, you get it back. If you're a check off, that's what it is. What you seek, so shall you get. Do you want to be? Think about that little boy. Think about all the little kids. Let me show this. I want to share this screen right quick. Let me share this screen with you so you can see. Okay. Share screen. Share screen. 1 second. Okay. I want to share this. I hope you all seen this. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
So, all right. So if you go to African Women Mobilization Commission, African Women Commission.net, these are the kids. Look at all these babies. Look at all these babies that need to be sponsored. This is the one we just sponsored, Ahmed. Asia is being sponsored. The first #1 child is sponsored. We're waiting for her to get to up to 100. Then we'll start the same process as we did Ahmed. Azara Muhammad, 10 years old. She's being sponsored. Ali Ahmed, 6 years old, is being sponsored. Let's see. Ahmed Lahi obviously is fully sponsored now, so that means every month he gets $100 comes to him, and in the exchange rate, that's a lot of money for that kid. At least $65 of that goes to him, and then the rest of it goes to the OMC directors and workers for transportation to go to him, for shopping for him, whatever his needs are. That's what they use that for. OMC here doesn't get a penny. There's nothing you will find in our bank account that we save for ourselves. Nothing, because we don't believe, and that is the spirit of our people. And that is, we don't believe that we should benefit from the struggles of another person, particularly a child. So we don't keep anything. But look at all of these. These are just, we have 100 children looking. These are future leaders. Yeah. So if you find it in your heart, go there and you will see what we're doing. Not only are we doing that, we also are doing feeding. We feed people. African people care. We do care. We're feeding, look at these people. We're feeding these people. Okay? So please visit there. I just wanted to share that with you to just remind you that we African people, we care about each other. And we must continue to care about each other. We can't stop because somebody said, I think it's a cop-out, really. It's a cop-out. If we say, well, you know, people don't believe us. No, do it anyway. Do it anyway. I want to share this one quote. Love what you do. Prosperity thinking. If your job or work is not the best, and I'm going to ask Dibias Traja to make a comment on this one, and I have another quote for Dibias Chedozie and Dibias Monet. But this one is for you, Dib. If your job or work is not the best, love it in the meantime, and that will prepare you for something you do love. If you still can't love your present work, then leave it. But there's no room, if you have prosperity thinking, for you to stay in anything that does not motivate you, not just to do for yourself, but for do for others. Yudi?
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. Let's see. Hold on a second. You know, sometimes there's a saying that goes, you got to do what you got to do. I'm sure everybody's heard that, right?
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. It's just the way it is until you get to where you want to be.
Yes.
But here's the thing. In Chiism, in our cosmogony, there's something called Ikenga.
Mm-hmm.
Human know thyself through hard work, talent, that will lead you to the hallmarks of your akaraka, which is your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
If you do stuff that you have a natural talent for, we all have talent. Sometimes you don't see it because of our condition.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't see it because you're on this job because you got to pay this bill. We understand that. Even when you're pursuing good fortune, using your talent, you still got to make sure that you don't sink.
Yes.
Till you get yourself where you want to be, that you could leave that job that you feel is dragging you down, concentrate on your Ikenga.
Yes.
That will lead you to the hallmarks of your akaraka, which is your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Life is about choices.
Yes.
Good fortune or bad fortune is about the choices you make and how you approach things.
Yes.
Look inwardly. Look inside of yourself. You're going to find your Ikenga. It is there. You could be an artist that you don't know. You don't know. You could be a singer. Maybe you know how to play the guitar. Maybe you're good in math. Maybe you're good with your hands. Instead of doing what, you know, earning a living, fixing cars because you got a talent for it, you're a social worker. Going from place to place, talking to people, keeping yourself in a certain way just to pay your bills, but never really happy with the job that you're doing, because that is not what ChinEke has called you to do in this world. Every single one of us have an Ikenga. Every single one of us.
Yes.
But you have to have the courage to use it. A lot of people can start a business and make a lot of money and be prosperous.
Yes.
But they don't have the courage to step out of their comfort zone. That is something else that will keep you down and keep you where you don't want to be.
Yes.
Having an orgy with your comfort zone. Let me say it again. having an orgy with your comfort zone, being too comfortable, therefore or thereby not having enough courage to use your ikenga, your talent. You could do what you need to do right now to pay the bills and keep food on the table. But tap into your ikenga, because that is where ultimately your happiness lies.
Stay.
That's where it's going to come from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dr. Dibia Adeze is a skilled orator. She's a wordsmith. She's a psychologist. She's a priest. She's everything that you could think of in. Nobody's perfect, but to me, I look at Dibia as that perfect human being. And the reason why I look at her as a perfect human being is for one reason and one reason only. Not because she doesn't have sins or she hasn't done things that she's probably not proud of, but simply because she cares about other people. And to me, that is her ikenga.
Yes.
The love for others, her love for her Africanness, her love for her Black people, her love for her community is why we have Omsi. It's why she's at the head of Chiism. It's why I'm here. We both have been through this journey for a lot of years that a lot of people don't know about. Right from the beginning, we've been together doing this stuff. But it is her ikenga, which is her talent to love others other than herself, to put others ahead of everything else. Understanding that in Nkporo tradition, in Chiism, we have a saying, "All Byron, no Byron, no Bula." If the community is successful, it will filter down to everybody. Everybody has an opportunity to prosper, to enjoy good fortune. And that's what she understands. That's her ikenga. And by tapping into it, she's doing something she loves. And because she's doing something she loves, we have Omsi.
Yes.
Chiism is moving. We have Dr. Monet. We have Dibias here.
I say.
We attract the right kind of people to help with this journey that we're on, which is the total spiritual emancipation of the African. Because once we achieve that, good fortune comes to our global African communities. She understands that. And we should all understand that if the community is prosperous, we alone will become prosperous. Prosperity will come to the global African community, so we cannot be selfish. We have to be selfless. We have to care for one another. Madubuchi, God's blessings come through somebody else. It doesn't fall from the sky.
He said, Dibia, you remember the song that we sing in Chiism? Nike chukwu, alikali gebili. Nike chukwu, alikali gebili. Alikali gebili, alikali gadi. Because of ChinEke's power, even the downtrodden shall rise.
Yes, yes.
Even the downtrodden shall rise. And that's what we're doing. Helping the downtrodden. Don't let me get a little emotional here. So I'm going to bring in Dibias Chiedozie. Here's a comment that I want to comment on. Love ChinEke, the source. Practice the presence of ChinEke in what you do and what you think, feel, and say. Let people see it, how ChinEke is working through you. Dibias.
Yes.
Chiedozie.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah. In the first instance, let us look. What is ChinEke from the Chi's perspective?
Yes.
It's all about Ndu. Ife, ihe, light.
Yes.
Ehonanya, love.
Mhm.
These are the qualities of what God is. Because it is not just the giver of life, it is the source of life. And so it radiates life, love, care. That is why every part of the universe is well endowed, and everything by its Eke, its Chi, and its Ago has what it takes to manifest its Ikenga and prosper, but only if you find it. So all we are talking about is, in modern times, legacy. But this legacy, we cannot pursue it alone. That is the problem today, because we have keyed into other people's ways of life. We forget that we are primarily communalistic in our approach to life. And by the time we go to school and read the big books, especially Marxism, that says communalism was the earliest form of society, and that dovetailed into slavery, from slavery to feudalism, feudalism to capitalism, capitalism to socialism, socialism will give way to communism, and all that. Well, we have seen that Marxist prophecy has not materialized the way he projected it. And so Marx forgot, while he was dealing with all that stuff, that the spirituality of the people determine their form of society. And that is what we have mixed up today. And so you have to approach life from your own perspective, but you must understand your perspective within the confine of the culture and spirituality of your people. We all cannot do it the same way, but we all can tap from the same source, just like everything is from ChinEke. Everything in this universe, on this earth, is from ChinEke. And all of us, like the pyramid, having only one apex, but as it takes away from that apex, it begins to multiply in geometrical dimensions until we get to the bottom. So we have several dimensions. That's the way it is. And so it means, and then if you look at the creation of the universe, everything is connected to everything.
Yes.
Each atom, each cell has its semi-autonomy, its uniqueness, but it survives by sharing and contributing, such that, like you say in physics, energy is always constant because of the cooperation, because of the coordination. The amount of energy a particular entity gives out is equal to the amount of energy it receives back. This is pure communalism, and that's what our ancestors did. And that is why we have names like Somadina. You cannot live in isolation.
Yes.
You can't live in isolation. And so the way that you are a human being is to radiate the Mmandu. Because after ChinEke created the whole universe, he now put his image in the human being, Mmandu, and he says, this is the beauty of life. Because in you will radiate my beauty in the universe. But it is through the human being that the beauty of ChinEke will radiate in the universe. So our way of life has been organized and founded by our own ancient fathers, realizing that the human being is not in isolation. We are a product of the cosmic and the finest, and we are meant to radiate and replicate this beauty. And we must do this by realizing that is our culture. Every African culture is meant to live God here and now. But with the coming of Christianity and Islam, they have pushed heaven to become pies in the sky. So that while we are looking at the sky, we forget at the plenty on the land and beneath the land. And it's a deliberate act. And so we have to refine our humanity upon who we are, so that we will know that you are rich. It's not for yourself. Ogarenya, you are Ogarenya because of others.
Yes.
In communalism, you are not rich if only you are the only one flourishing and others have to come and eat in your home.
Yes.
They often say that Igbo amazing. The Igbo does not know king. We know king, but what the Igbo does not want, Igbo does not want a man that arrogates to himself, herself, the whole right to exist, the whole wealth, and I have to come to your house to eat. We will not condone that in Igbo.
Yes.
When you are Ogarenya, you also make other people to be comfortable in their homes, because that is how ChinEke did it. ChinEke did not hijack anybody's identity. He allows you to be, so that you freely contribute.
Yes. Yes.
So freedom, spontaneity, voluntary existence. So you find the vivacity, the humanity in you. You radiate it, and just like the sun keeps radiating and throwing light. By throwing light, it carries all its children in the orbit. It carries them as it moves. And so when you radiate light, good things will locate you. You become a magnet. And that's how you move. And that's how the grace, the favor radiates in you. And so whatever you have, don't be selfish with it. And so to sum up, at a point in time, when I started in this department as a young lecturer, I was identified for my brilliance. At a point in time, because I could be teaching in class and vistas will open up. New pages, I will find new pages, strange languages, and I will teach in a way that is not in the textbook. I will bring it down, and a lot of people said I was revealing occult knowledge, occult secrets. They would deal with me, they couldn't deal with me. Until somebody now came to me. But at the point in time, the point I want to make is that I thought all of these were my doing. Until a Dibia, a trained Dibia, walked up to me and said, "Do you know you are a Dibia?" I said, I don't know. He said, "You are a Dibia from the heavens. But you must know your source. So go and know your source. And then when you know your source, know that all that you are teaching, you are a messenger. Teach freely. Don't be selfish with it. Don't despair when the reward does not come immediately. It will come later.
Yes.
But keep teaching. And this teaching is your akaraka. Because your akaraka is the way of Nchocha, teach us research. The way of Nkuzi, teaching. The way of Odude, writing. And the way of thinking out secrets, ranging them in principles. You know, deriving, that's your akaraka. So note that, and use it to endow people wherever you go, and you'll be enriched. That is exactly what Dibia 1 has been telling us. As a wine, Dibia Udemeze, that's what you've been telling us. Dr. Monet, that's what we are talking about in Chiism. And that's what all those who have been commenting have been commenting. We have to radiate that humanity, that vivacity. That is what our culture is. That's what our spirituality is all about. But we have been deliberately dislodged from it so that we can go borrow other people's spirituality and dress on ourselves in gaps that are foreign to us. And for that, we have now imbibed this individualism, extreme individualism, where one person wants to be Okaume, Agadabachiruzo. One, always. It's whatever I say is what must be done. And whoever does not do what I say, I block the road for him or her. It is only through me. I alone must be the sun and the moon, the star in the sky. That kind of attitude is what is causing the problem we have all over Africa. So that all over Africa we have upstarts, leaders who don't know anything about African spirituality. They don't know anything about ChinEke. They don't know anything about God in African spirituality, the essence of African spirituality. They think that African spirituality is when you go to church, go to mosque, and then make people to bow before you. Whoever does not bow before you, you should be rendered extinct if possible. So this we have to keep emphasizing. And we have to keep emphasizing this Chiism, this godness, this goodness, this love, this care, this sympathy, humanity, the African way, so that when it is good for us, it will be good for others. And when we share, and we conjoin together, we share, there will be wealth. Wealth, not in monetary terms, wealth in terms of health, wealth in terms of productivity, wealth in terms of plenitude. And then when we have these, then we can focus on really bringing up our children, for our children, successors, who will carry this mantle forward, and we will know that even while we are in the grave, we have succeeded. That is, I think that's just, if I don't know if I get it. They will.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And it's important. It's important that we understand that money is not just a piece of paper that buys something. Money has energy. Okay? And what draws money to you is the energy that you put behind that money. It's made of one thing. Money is made of love. And if you use money in a loving way, not in a selfish way, you have more money coming to you. Something that was so interesting here in the United States, the president, Joe Biden, has forgiven student loans, because student loans is really dragging people down. I mean, you can graduate from college. It's almost like it's a punishment to go to school. And then after you go to school, then you find that you come out and you move back with your parents, because you have to pay thousands. For some people, it's thousands a month, and they haven't even found work. And if they found work, they're not making enough to pay back. So anyway, he was trying to help a lot of American citizens who are burdened with student loans. Well, some of the Republicans have decided, oh no, you don't want to do that. It's not fair, because there are some people who are working 3 or 4 jobs to pay it back. So why should anybody have theirs forgiven and all that? But he exposed them yesterday. He named all the Republicans that have had their loans as much, and why? See, this is what I'm saying. If you're selfish behind money, it's not going to work for you, because for them now they have been exposed and they're running for office. Now they've been exposed and people are saying, oh, really? So that's what are you talking about then? If yours has been forgiven, why is it you don't want someone else's forgiven? You see? Anyway, this is for you, Dr. Monet.
Yes, I agree with that. A lot of times we're blessed, but we don't want to pass those blessings on. And that's not the way of ChinEke. And what we have to realize is we have to open our hands. We have to be able to really be able to, because you may be rich monetarily, with money, but spiritually you're not. You're depressed. You're in misery. You may have all the money in the world, but you're in misery. So the other aspect of prosperity is spiritual prosperity. So we must, so that we are balanced. We have both spiritual prosperity and also prosperity with money. Yes. And part of that is like uncles was saying, Dibias, Chidozi, and also Yudi was saying about the Ikenga. And one gift that ChinEke has given me, and a lot of times come up in many of my sessions, is what people's Ikenga is. Yes. But what I notice is a lot of people are not in their Ikenga. They're not doing anything that's in the gifts that they have. Yeah. I'll say, well, it looks like you're good at this. You're good. You're very good at this, and that'll be confirmed. But they're scared to actually live within their Ikenga, to work within their Ikenga. Yes. Like for me, and I'll just say, I thank you all for mentoring me. You have, added so much to my life. I've learned how to, this has given me the opportunity to be stronger living in my Ikenga, because I'm living in my Ikenga now. And it's a scary thing. I'm African American.
Yes.
No one in my family that I know of is, in a religion outside of Christianity. So they have no idea my concept and my view of life, or my God, and the fact and my passion to worship the God of my ancestors and to honor my ancestors. They have no idea of what that is.
Yes.
And I can be persecuted for that. And then last week, like I mentioned, I said, well, ChinEke is making me be more transparent. So all of the gifts that I had, because there's a lot of people that I know that still does not know that I'm intuitive and have always been, that my ancestors come to me, that spirits come to me. A lot of people don't know that because that has been hidden. It hasn't been acceptable in my society. But I have committed to living my Ikenga, because my Ikenga is helping many people.
That's it.
But it's time for me to even get out more.
Yes.
It's time for me to even be more transparent so I can help more people, because I know if I'm lined up with ChinEke, I know if I'm lined up with my ancestors, I know that I am going to have success and prosperity and be able to have a quality of life.
Yes, say it again.
My Ikenga. I feel more alive than I've ever felt before. Everyone, my clients, everyone that I work with, I thank them. I say, thank you for allowing me to live out my purpose.
Yes.
I help them, but I say, thank you for allowing me to live out my purpose. And now I'm going to say, thank you for allowing me to live in my Ikenga. Because that is the most important thing. I felt as a child as if I was dropped here, dropped here, and was just wondering, why am I here for so long? Because my Ikenga did not fit into my reality here on earth. I went to a Methodist church. I came from a small town. I never heard of anything outside of Christianity in a Methodist church. I never heard of anything. I had a very closed mindset, and all of these spiritual things were happening to me. And I was pretty much told it was so secretive. I have people in my family that are also intuitive, that have spiritual gifts, but it was a secret. So it was never explained. But ChinEke, I thank ChinEke. I thank my ancestors for leading me down this path, because I did not have any role models, none whatsoever. When ChinEke told me, you're out of Christianity, you're out of it. Out of it. I got out of it, and I was working. I remember working, and people would ask me, what church do you go to? And I said, I don't go to church. Well, what are you? And they had all of these opinions about me. But I stood on my Ikenga. I stood on it. I said, I'm following ChinEke. And I didn't know ChinEke is ChinEke. But I said, I'm following ChinEke. And that's what we have to do. And I honor all of you, Uncle Yudi, Uncle Chiadozi, Auntie, Your Excellency. I call you Your Excellency because I think you're excellent. My grandfather is dying right now. He's in hospice at the house. My father is just had surgery, but I said I'm going to be here today because I'm going to follow my king. I said, Auntie and uncles, you have shown me how to be strong in the midst of adversities. Because you have had adversities, and I've saw you come on here, committed, still in the midst of adversities. In the name of ChinEke. That has brought so much strength to me. I said, if you can do it, I can do it. I can stand here. Because the worst thing that can happen to my grandfather is he becomes an ancestor.
Yes.
Onyekwe. ChinEke.
And so it is.
Let me say it again. Onyekwe, ChinEke. If
right.
you dictate what your future is going to be like, your chi will walk with you.
Yes.
To your destiny.
He say.
Your Ikenga is strong.
He say.
We will lead you wherever you want to go.
He
The
say.
ChinEke that you seek is in you.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
there. It's not
Yes.
up here. It's not
Yes.
down here.
He say.
The ChinEke you pray to is in you. It's in Chidozie. It's in it's in me. It's in okay, Dibia. Madubuchibe.
Yes.
Look inward. That's where your salvation lies. It lies nowhere else.
Yes.
Do unto others as you will like she to do unto you.
What to do? We're gonna play that music.
You're gonna be all right.
Because
God bless you, your family, everything.
Thank you, Dibia UD.
You'll remain strong.
What you Dibia UD is saying is you have stepped into it. You've stepped into it. That's what that is. I'm gonna play that. Y'all give me a second. We gotta listen to this.
Chukwu ka ị na-abata bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike anya bịawa ịsọpụrụ gị ugbu a bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike bịa o bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike bịa o bịakwute ya bịa o bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike Chukwu nna n'ụlọ gị ka ị na-akpọ gị bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike otito na-adịrị gị mgbe niile bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike bịa o bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike bịa o bịakwute ya bịa o bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike ụmụ eluigwe anyị kọta n'otu bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike ka anyị jikọ ofe ya ofufe godian bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike bịa o bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike bịa o bịakwute ya bịa o bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike Godianism bụ ịhụnanya n'udo bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike butere anyị ụzọ kpetara anyị azụ bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike bịa o bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịa zuru ike bịa o bịakwute ya bịa o bịakwute ya bịakwute ya bịa zuru
ChinEke in everything. ChinEke in everything. And when you know what, Dr. Monet, once you discover ChinEke, it takes over. I mean, you're not the same. That's what you're saying. You're not the same. And you don't have to go anywhere, but just even stepping outside the house. That's ChinEke. And when you're amongst other people who feel ChinEke, who act it out, I mean, it just overwhelms you. It just overwhelms you, you know. So ChinEke, come to the to the spirit and find your peace and find joy and love. And so we welcome you. We're so glad that we're touching you. However it is you're feeling it, we're feeling it right along with you. Thank you so much. I want to add another comment. Dibias Chidozie has to go to the airport and wants to tell us that he'll see us next Sunday. Thank you, Dibia. We'll see you next Sunday. As always, thanks for your contribution. You're just an awesome spirit. and we're always enchanted with you whenever you join us. So we'll see you next Sunday. Yagazie. So,
Yagazie, Dr. Chido's here. Have a good trip.
See you later.
All right.
Okay. So this comment is for Dibias Yudi, and it has to do. I just want to make a comment. You know, we're talking about a mindset. We're talking about prosperity mindset. It also has to include how we speak. You know, how we speak to each other. We must speak lovingly. When we talk about Black people, sometimes we don't even appreciate our own people, and so some of the things we say about them is negative. You know, there's something I hate so much. I hate to use the expression, but there we go. You know how Doji, you know how Black people are. PC time, you know how Black people are. You know, those are very negative. And then we need to act in a way that doesn't allow people to talk about us in those terms. You know, we also need to refrain from complaining all the time about everything and anything. You know, criticism, condemnation. You know, we need to speak about each other in approvingly manner, upwardly, you know, positively. All those things, you know, when somebody says something positive to me about me, I'm telling you very honestly, I can't wait to go and start working. I just want to do more. But when you feed me with negative comments, and you know, it brings my spirit down. You know, that's what it does. What you say to somebody, you know, it motivates them to do better, or it can bring them down. Words are things, thoughts are things. You know, words are like pellets. Once you unleash it, you know, it latches onto the mind. So you got to be very careful what we're unleashing. You know, you do your thoughts.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Right?
Yes.
You go by what you see. To make the right decisions about anything, you go by what you see. You don't go by what somebody said.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because sometimes when somebody says something and you test it, you find out that they have an ulterior motive.
Yes.
So words that come out of your mouth, for the most part, if you ain't telling the truth, it's lying.
Yes.
And when it's lying, it has an ulterior motive. Truth is not jealous. Truth does not have any ulterior motive.
You said?
Truth is what it is. You could bend it, you could squeeze it, you could do all manner of things to it, but it is truth.
Yes.
No matter what you do to it. But a lie, you could spin any kind of way you want to.
Yes.
You can't tell the truth any kind of way.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand? You can't tell the truth any way you want to.
Yes.
The truth is the truth.
Yes.
But a lie has ulterior motives, and you could spin it any way you want to accomplish whatever objective that you have. This is spirituality, my people.
Yes.
So understand, things that come out of your mouth, if it is not sincere, it is designed for one thing only, one thing: to perjure whoever you're directing the comment to. That's it. A lie can be spun any kind of way to accomplish all kinds of objectives, all kinds of stuff. I could stretch it, I could squeeze it, I could turn it around. Yeah, let's say chukwu has a child outside the marriage. Here comes Johnny over there and said, Chukwuma has 4 children outside the marriage. Then this one comes, oh, Chukwuma has 10 children with 5 different women. But the truth is just that Chukwuma had a child outside the marriage.
Yes.
Now you're spinning all kinds of ways to either make yourself look good as the bearer of bad news. Right. So maybe they could look at you as the oracle.
Yes.
The one that you got to go to when you want to get some dirt on somebody.
Yeah.
So let me tell it in a way that it's going to be so juicy, they're going to come to me for some more. And maybe I can accomplish whatever my objective is and all that kind of stuff. So the truth can be bent all kinds of ways to accomplish anything. I mean, as a lie, but the truth is the truth doesn't change. You can't spin the truth. You can't. Somewhere, truth is what it is. Words, man, words are dangerous. You know, you have a child. Yeah, the child does some things that are not good for the child, maybe for the family. But then you tell your child, you'll never amount to anything. And the child keeps hearing you say that. Two things happen. The child now believes that they will never amount to anything. And the second thing is, they now believe that you don't give a damn about them. So now you got two stones on the kid. But you could have said to that child, you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. Here's what you need to do to be able to correct those mistakes or to make sure that you don't make those mistakes anymore. Instead of you coming out here and say, you know, that's the way black people are, they're always late. Maybe you could turn it around and say, you know, it would be nice if we came to an event on time. That would be great, because a lot of things can be accomplished if you're on time doing blah, 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 blah. You're sending the same message, but you're doing it in such a way that it is not antagonizing anybody. You could tell the truth, but you could tell the truth in such a way that it's positive. You can't tell the truth in a way where it's designed to cut deep. Black people are lazy. That's an umbrella statement, which is not true.
That's right.
Because white people lazy too. They got lazy Chinese. Everybody lazy some kind of way. It's not a black thing. Black people like chicken. You tell me Chinese people don't eat chicken? Yeah. What, white folks don't like chicken? What, fried chicken is a black thing now? Is that it? What are you saying? What's the difference between the chicken? Is it that it's fried or is it that it's baked? I mean, does it matter? It's still chicken. Watermelon. Oh, what? White folks don't eat watermelon now? These are stereotypes that require a level of investigation before you start just throwing things out there and acting like, oh, that's just the way it is. No, it's not. Because the fault that you see in the African, that same fault exists in every race in the world. And it does not exist in any higher percentage in our community than it does in any other community. It is the narrative that is put out there to impugn your credibility because you are not in control of the communication avenue, the press, the newspapers, those things that are designed to impugn your credibility. You have no control over it. Because if you have control over it and you have some self-love and you understand that what you put out there is going to determine how people see you, you would do better with the way you communicate.
That's right.
So it's very important that we see some decency, some love in ourselves to the point where some of the stereotypes, some of the way that we see ourselves or the way people see us, that we ourselves make a decision to try to communicate our own perspective in a more positive manner, both about who we truly are, what we believe in, and what it is that we want to accomplish in our future. Because happiness belongs to everybody. Prosperity belongs to everybody. No one race is designed to lord over anybody else. That's racism. Because all that means is God created you to lord over somebody else because now the other person is inferior to you. Any community of people that have a perspective about another human being is racist. And before I just close what I'm saying, let me just say what Dr. Chidos here said. In the universe, everything has a purpose. The electron, the neutrons, the neurons.
Yes.
Everything has a purpose. You take one out, you rumple social harmony.
That's right.
Every creation of God, every human being, every race has a purpose. Everything under the sun created by ChinEke,
Yes.
is divine. Red rose, blue, yellow rose, white rose, whatever color rose it is, they're all roses. Cats, lions, tigers, leopards, oryx, lynx, they're all cats. German Shepherd, Beagle, Alsatian, Doberman Pinscher, Bulldog, they're all dogs. Iroko tree, oak tree, pine tree, they're all trees. Everything in this world has a purpose. So for us Black folks, don't look at yourself because of your allegiance to Christianism, because of the story that has been told that somebody is lording over you, that your God does not look like you, your God is Jewish or white. Think again. You are as divine as the Chinese, as the Korean, as the European, as the Asian. For a purpose.
There's nothing wrong with if I'm white and God is white to me, that's fine. If I'm Asian, it doesn't matter, to you, God is what you, if you believe that God looks like you,
it's where you are.
It's where you
in
are.
This world. The God of the Eskimo in North Pole looks different from the God of the Amazonian in the Amazon jungle. It's just the way it is. Your environment dictates your perspective of what God is. That's
why thank you. That's why it's so important that we don't feel that we have to see the Creator from a different perspective than what is offered to us. What is available to us. That's who we are. I'll be right back, and I have a question for you, Dr. Monet. And improve your site.
Hold on. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Wait, has it occurred to me that you still haven't subscribed to this channel yet? You haven't subscribed, you haven't followed the Facebook, you haven't checked out the website, nothing? No. Hold on, you're missing out down here. You're gonna have some fun. But big shout out to everybody who has been watching us for a long time. We've been doing this for years. We've been doing this for a long time, and this is the biggest we have ever reached out to people. And I do appreciate for everyone who watched the video to the end. It really helps us. We try to give out wisdom and information every single day. Much love to everybody. Make sure to follow the Facebook. Make sure to check out the website and the YouTube. We post 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can't miss that. Have a beautiful time. You have a blessed day. Wonderful day. Peace.
Yes, indeed. And I just want to make this comment. Dr. Monet, you have about 2 minutes to respond to this, and then Dibias, you about 2 minutes to respond to it as well.
Okay.
Live life lovingly. What does it mean to live life lovingly? You do everything you can to be a loving human being, to be very kind in your relationship with your world, to be thoughtful. Being human sometimes is difficult to be all of this, and when we talk about having a prosperity mindset, generosity is so impactful in our lives. For those of us who understand what it means to have a prosperity mindset, and also be harmonious. When you live life in a loving way, you positively contribute to the peace in the world, peace around you, and of course, prosperity for everyone. When we say in Igbo that akimebro pani, it just means that we all benefit from the wealth in the world. We all benefit. It doesn't benefit just me. If you live surrounded by poor people, sooner or later they're coming after your money. So being generous minimizes your own safety, believe it or not. The reason why the poor come after you is because they got to eat. And if you're not generous, you are the architect of your own demise, because nature being what it is, people have to eat. But nobody's going to go after you if they know that you're supporting them. Nobody's going after you. I mean, some may, I don't know, but most people will be supportive of you because you're peaceful and you share prosperity, and not just for you, for everyone else. What are your thoughts on why it's so important that, I mean, I know it's not easy. Why is it so important, in 2 minutes, that we live a loving life? We create a loving lifestyle, not just for ourselves, but around us. Dibia Monet.
Yes, I think it's very important that we live a loving life, because ChinEke is love. And what is going to make us most prosperous is that we live in love, that we live with a clear heart, a clean heart, and in love for humanity. And so that is so important. That brings power to us. That brings wealth to us, is that we're able to give, and not only give love, but able to receive love. Because I see a lot, sometimes people are hurt, people get hurt, and then they kind of close their heart down, which makes it difficult for a person to receive and give love. And that is not living a quality of life. We must be vulnerable. We must open our hearts so that we're able to give and receive love. And we must forgive ourselves and live in integrity with ourselves and love ourselves first. And this is going to give us a quality of life. It'll make us feel more present, more life, and we'll appreciate life more if we're able to do that. And so that is why it's very important that we are able to give and receive love from others.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much for sharing that. Dibia Yudi.
Yeah, love is defined as this intense, deep feeling of affection, like the love of a child for a parent and vice versa, or maybe siblings. But that deep feeling of affection is cultivated. Mm-hmm. You got to understand, it's not necessarily natural. It's natural in the sense that it can be cultivated, but you're not just born automatically to love everything. Mm-hmm. It is based on the feedback you're getting from certain person, certain things, the fondness, the tenderness, the warmth, the intimacy that creates this attachment and then creates this intense feeling of deep affection. We have to have this deep affection both for ourselves because of the way we see ourselves and the way we nurture ourselves. We also have to see that in our neighbor. But our neighbor has to nurture that feeling. In other words, the way we see each other is dependent on how we nurture each other. You understand what I'm saying, people? Mm-hmm. The way we nurture each other is going to affect the love that we have for ourselves. Self-love is key. You got to love yourself first before you love somebody else. You got to feel that you're worthy before you can feel that somebody else is worthy. You have to love yourself. You have to have that deep feeling for yourself. You have to nurture your own self. You have to be in love with your ikenga, yes, which is who you are. Yes. Which is what you are. That's your divine purpose. You have to love your divine purpose to love somebody else.
Yes.
And if you expect love from somebody else, you have to nurture that expectation.
Yes.
To give that love.
That's right.
If we're going to love our African communities, we have to nurture one another, because when we nurture one another, then we get that affection, that deep affection, that intense feeling. Yes. Back from our neighbor, from our community. Yeah. And once we are able to get that, we are now in love. And when we're in love, we will do anything for someone or something that we love.
Love
doesn't lie. Love is not jealous. Yes. There's no green-eyed monster when it comes to loving one another.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Divya, thank you. I want to share with you, everyone, if you can take note of this. I just set up the Blog Talk Radio for Chiism Live, and that will be the last Sunday of every month, and that will give three Sundays of the month we have the Chiism Live, but the last Sunday of the month we have the Block Talk, so that people will have the opportunity to make comments, voice their comments, so we have communication and discussion with the community. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah, sounds great.
It gives the people an opportunity to speak with us, because I have gotten quite a bit of information, people wanting to know, well, how can we have conversation with you besides typing, which typing is good, but I want to hear them, how they feel, and give them an opportunity to have a conversation. Yeah. So just make a note of that. Starting next month, the last Sunday of the month is a Block Talk, and of course I'm going to announce it and the links so everybody can come in there and feel good about talking. Say whatever it is you want to, whatever you want to say, and whatever conversation is of importance to you. I think, of course, we'll have a topic and then we'll discuss it with you, and this time your voice will be heard. I also want to share, this is very important, that, okay, somebody says, let's see, sounds weird because sometimes I want to type more questions, etc. Okay, excellent.
Well, we'll be able to accommodate that now, through voice. Yeah. So
yes, through voice. This is the end of we're starting the new month, which is we started it yesterday actually. The month of Ibuji. Okay, the month of Ibuji that has just that's not Ikenga. Last month was Ikenga, and we just entered Ibuji. And for spiritual purposes, it is a time of renewal, to plant new seeds, to plant new thoughts. Okay, if you were a farmer, it's the time to prepare for cultivation of new crops. But for you spiritually, it is a time to make a change. It's October the 22nd through November 18th. So for that time frame, begin the process. If you haven't done that, this is a time as a Chiist to begin to rethink what you've done, put some more ideas into place. And if you don't know what you want to do, feel free to call the Dibias. You know how to get in touch with us. You can text us if you're confused about what direction you want to go with your life. We're more than happy to support you. Again, it's October the 22nd, which is started yesterday, the month of Ibuji, and it ends November the 18th. It is time for renewal of your mind, renewal of good friendships. You have friendships that's working for you right now. Keep it, and it's not a bad idea to meet new people. Life is about renewal. Be a part of it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Get out there and do something positive. Get out there and do something new. Be creative with some new ideas. If you see, and that is another good time. If you know that you have somebody who's suffering, who's not doing very well in any way, it's a time for you to step in and say, okay, I'm going to help you, turn yourself around. Renewal is not just yours. Renewal is for your neighbor, for your brother, your sister, whomsoever. Now, there's some people that you just don't want to be bothered with. I know. But, there are some people that just need your time, and you need to offer it. Okay? Plant new seeds, plant new relationships. And there's some people who need that right now. Let's not be selfish and just think about ourselves. This is the month of Ibuji. And if you are born this month, this is a month that you are actually expected to do just that. This is a month that you're supposed to go out there and be the change in the world that you want to see. And don't live in the world that says that when you die, then you make a change. No, you make it right here, right now, wherever you are, in this moment. That's when you do it. This is the month. And so I'm going to ask each one of you, have you made any plans? What are the plans that you've made? If you haven't made it, it's time. Don't complain. I think that the leaders have talked about prosperity mindset. And quite frankly, we are in the month of Ibuji. which is a prosperity mindset, renewal, rethinking, redoing, setting things in place, moving forward. That is what the month of Iguji represents. Last month was the Kinga, using your talent to move yourself forward. Now it's a matter of the month of Iguji, renewal. You see, we Africans have all these special months, you know, but we've just been told not to disregard them. But we can't do that anymore. We must absolutely focus on what some of these months represent for us. Renewal. Yes, sir, you got 1 second.
Yeah, I just want to hop on what you just said. If you go to africancalendar.org,
yes,
click on cosmogony, and you will see a listing of the months of the year and a brief description of what the months are.
Yes.
Yeah, so you could kind of get yourself acquainted with the 13 months of the year.
That's very true. Please visit the website, African Calendars. What was it again?
AfricanCalendar.org.
AfricanCalendar.org, not .net. AfricanCalendar.org.
No,
yeah. I was saying net. That is org. AfricanCalendar.org. Visit there and, like Dibias said, and find out all those months and what they represent. We too have our own. You know, we need to start embracing our own traditions and our own philosophy for thinking, you know, and not feel that we have to necessarily think like everybody else and not devote to our own people. Now, I just want to end with this thought. For anybody who knows Chiism does not advocate exclusive truth. I tell you my truth. I share my truth with you. We share our truth with you. It's up to you to embrace it or not embrace it. We're not going to fall apart because you don't. But we hope that there's something that we have shared that you can use and add to your repertoire. All right? Yes. That's who we are. We don't say my way or the highway. Every way is fine, but this is ours. And this ours represents an aspect of our ancestral history, ancestral culture. Thank you all for joining us. As always, it's always a pleasure to have you with us. And I want to thank everyone that has contributed by writing. And somebody else is excited about us having blog talk. That's good. Akachi. All right. And definitely UD Nandi says the African calendar is, by the way, definitely need my new copy for this next year. Absolutely. Everybody get a copy. Again, I want to thank you. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Don't miss the episode because it's going to be fiery. It's a big surprise. Love it because we're going to have a special guest that you're not expecting. Thank you so much, all.